Thank you.
Hey, Imran, thank you so much for being here today
No problem. Pleasure.
and for accepting our
Pleasure,
invitation
Corina. Thank
to our
you.
first podcast in English.
Oh,
So, just in case there will be some, I don't know, grammar issues in my English, with my English,
that's okay.
please.
I know some words in obviously Romanian, obviously taught by Corina, so I can
Okay.
use them. We'll
Okay.
do that.
Let's get started. So, first of all, I want, because I know somehow I already know your background, part of. I want to tell me when did you know you wanted to be an entrepreneur?
I honestly speaking, Corina, I'll be talking from my heart today, yeah, as I'm the first one who's doing English interview. So I always knew that I never wanted to be someone who would be happy doing 9 to 5 job. My main reason was obviously my own dreams. From
Okay.
day one, I have always been a dreamer. So I strongly believe that if you don't dream, then there's nothing in the life. So I never wanted to be 9 to 5. So it was kind of from day one, since I decided that I'm going to start my career,
Okay.
I was looking for something self-employed, if that makes sense. So I never ever applied for even my first CV that I went out. I went to McDonald's with a CV of my IT degrees and everything. Then I thought, really, do I really want to do that? And I came back. So it was always in me that I wanted to start my own business.
So you never had like a job after you finished your degree. You did your master's here in London.
Yes.
Yes, okay, in IT.
Yes.
But you never had like any kind of job in IT.
No, I did little bit.
You did, okay.
Little bit, but that was more like a freelance. It was again your own business. It was never employed under someone. I was offered a couple of employment, but I never accepted them.
Okay.
Purely because of I'm not a very early person, so I can't wake up 9. Wake up 6 o'clock in the morning so I can get somewhere 9 o'clock. But yeah.
So when did you decided and how did you decided just to shift the IT with financial services?
That's an interesting one because when I did my masters, even though had a very good GPAs and good scores as well, but it was that's something from your inside is telling you that, do I really want to sit in front of computer for whole day? Do I really want to do that? And that's where I started a part-time job in sales. So that gave me a lot of confidence, and the
Okay.
moment I had that confidence, then it was rest was a past. And lucky enough, like in our business, Corina, you're also part of this business. You have, I'm a strong believer in taking a risk. In your life, you have to. Otherwise, if you start working for someone else, you're living somebody else's dream. So I did my calculative risk, if that makes sense. And through a friend who once told me that, okay, this is one of the opportunity. I said, okay, I want to do that. And the good thing is I was more than anything else, I had my own self-belief. So I stopped everything else that I was doing because I wanted to fully focus in financial services. It's a new career. I wanted to learn everything, but I had the confidence that once I take that jump, I will do something.
Did your family had a word, say something about this like shifting jobs and careers and everything? Because I know
Yeah.
that in your culture,
Yeah.
family, it's very, very important. And I know that at the beginning, they wanted you to,
Doctor, yeah.
to be a doctor.
Doctor.
So.
But then they realized that this man is not going to listen to us. So no one ever questioned me, to be honest. I don't really
They just
accepted
Accepted.
whatever is happening. So yeah, they were okay with that.
okay. I'm gonna read the questions because I want everything to be very interesting. So the next one is, how did you start your business?
Through a recommendation of a friend who was already working in the business, and he did mention it took me a year or so to actually finally grasp, okay, yeah, now I'm ready. So it was more of my own decision that, okay, now I think I'm ready to take this plunge, but through my best friend.
Okay. So this was like back then when you started your job as a self-employed.
It was from day one, it was always a business, your own business.
Were you thinking then that you'll have your own company doing the same thing now?
Not really, because that's a good one. Always having a dream to do something bigger and better. That was my even now. To be very honest, do I really think of future as what's going to happen from day one? My philosophy has been very simple. I want to do the best in whatever I'm doing, and I want to obviously do as big as I can. So I carried on. Even now, I'm still exactly the same company or other businesses or anything that I want to do more. It will be based on as long as I'm doing best.
Were there people on the way trying to tell you you're not good enough?
Oh, yes.
You should have done something different. You could have been better. Maybe it's not the right choice. It's a very risky, I don't know, job or environment or something like that.
Many. All of my, not all of them, one of them actually got me into the business, but rest of the friends and many other members, there was no belief of financial services. So they had no idea, obviously. So it was, for some of them, it was like, what a waste of time. Really? Did you study for this? And it was all those sort of challenges. But yeah, I guess with time they can see it was probably the best decision that I made. Yeah, but there were many.
I wanted to ask you, how did you decide it should be financial services you'll do? But you already answered to that.
Yes, there you
somehow.
go. Yeah.
So, what are you now most excited about at work? Because now you now have your own company.
Yeah, with my partners, yeah.
Yes, you've graduated from being a self-employed and being an area sales manager. Now you are also, I think, area sales manager, but having your own business is different. So what is now the most exciting thing for you?
Like Corina, you're also part of business. Now our business is evolving every single day. And the most exciting thing or most satisfying thing in our business is probably when we see our customers. The whole point is our advice is about them. When they actually get the benefit out of it, it could be different sort of benefits. Whether they can now get a mortgage, they moved into their house, they can have the claim has been paid out, or the pensions, whatever we have done for them. When that becomes a fruitful benefit for them, that keeps you going. And I think that's the most exciting part in our business. That every single day, as we are a big family, we are now 170 nearly of us. So there's something happening.
I did not know we are so many actually.
We have grown bigger,
By the time we had the first annual conference, national conference. And then I said, okay, I've seen the picture as well. I said, there are a few of us.
Yes, and that was nearly half of them turning up. So so every single day, some satisfied clients, many families who actually got a huge help because of one of our advisor being there is probably the most exciting thing.
Over the years, at least for me, you helped me in the most difficult times. I mean, I don't know, I think you have that thing of dragging people.
Thank you so much.
Of dragging people out of mud, I would say, when they are not in a very good time. It's not like going perfect maybe in their life or their job or something like that. So what are your tips for building a great team?
I think in a very simple word, you need to have a lot of patience. Patience. Without patience, no matter how good you are, if you don't have patience, you won't be able to build a team. Because eventually with your patience, you can, you lead by example. Obviously, as a leader, you have to lead by example. But if you have a patience, that's when every single person will be having that trust in you, that I have my manager, my mentor, or my leader always there for me. That trust is very important.
Trying to be an example as well.
An example, yes. So you have to lead by example, but having that patience actually will build that final trust that I've got someone that is on my back.
Got me covered.
Yeah, got me covered. So that once that's built, and that is only built with your patience.
How did you manage to push throughout your biggest business doubts so far?
I don't really doubt, honestly speaking. Not really. Doubts, probably, I would say, I can't recall of any doubts, Corina.
No,
not really.
You were just straightforward, you have to do this, and that was it.
I learned a very good saying by one of the founder of my country, from Pakistan, Muhammad Ali Jinnah. So he used to say that you should do a lot of research and ask yourself many questions before you make a decision.
Okay.
Once the decision has been made, then no more questions.
That's done.
That's done. No more. There's no ifs and buts. So
no overthinking, I think.
not at all. Not at all. No,
Not
no, 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 no.
overthinking.
No doubts. No doubts.
Okay. Tell me now that you have started this new business. Yeah. What is exactly? I want you to tell us what is exactly Kalon Financial, because this is the business you have now. What is Financial Kalon doing?
So, as a business, we are advisors, obviously, financial advisors, protection advisors, mortgage advisors. Our business is all about, like I mentioned, it's all about our customers. We are, one thing I'm really proud to say that we are very multicultural, and that's the core, the real essence of Kalon Financial. That we wanted to be someone who can represent every single community. Let's talk about London, for example. I'm always very proud that we are living in a place which is like pure multicultural. So we always wanted to do best. We wanted to go beyond. And going beyond was probably in order to do that, because, like, give an example, a lot of people from Eastern Europe, they were very new in the country. They needed someone from their own who can come and give them an advice. And they not only can trust the person, obviously, but at the same time understand every single bits and pieces, which was lacking massively. So that was one of the reasons. Secondly, within Kalon Financial, what we really do is mortgages, like I said. We do commercial loans, protection,
Investments.
pensions. So anything in financial services that you would probably want to know, we do within Kalon Financial. Then we have Kalon Wills and Estate, another business which will help for estate planning and putting wills.
So
in place.
basically, you have started and developed the idea in a
Yes.
much bigger picture.
Bigger spectrum. Yeah.
Exactly. Than what you used to do before.
Absolutely.
So how do you market your business? How easy it is to market?
Marketing, as you know, Corina, you are probably one of the pioneers in our business
Thank
as
you.
well to go online. So thank you so much. We have learned massively from you. But yeah, online is a new field for us. We are doing whatever we can. But our biggest advertisement, if that's the right word, or way of going forward is through the word of mouth. We work on recommendations. All of our customers do recommend us. Our NPS score, that's what they called, where it's based on how likely is your clients to recommend you. And it's always about 93, 94%.
As you say,
which
integrity
is,
and stuff.
integrity and stuff. Yes, absolutely. So yeah, it's through the word of mouth, which most of the business has been. But as the world is evolving, so yes, we are going through other means, social media and other advertisement as well.
What is the business number you want to get to?
In terms of depends which aspect of the business you're looking at.
Yeah, because it's multiple now.
Multiple businesses. So we have protection or insurance business. We have mortgage business. If I say we have quite high hopes,
High hopes.
quite high hopes. Yeah, for all
You don't like
parts.
numbers.
No.
Give numbers
As you know, Yogesh and Malik, we were talking the other day as well. So very similar topic that we were discussing, and it was very high numbers that we really want to. Not just numbers for the sake of numbers. They are something
big.
dream big. But yeah, we have a plan in place to achieve that.
Okay. Is it hard to stick to that plan? Because I know myself, I am just planning. And even here in the studio, we are just planning and planning and planning. And then when we try to apply, we try to, but at some point, somehow we get stuck, or sometimes we get lost on the way because some other things are coming in our way, like personal life and stuff. I don't know, other things, events or
Events
problems,
around us,
yes, happening, and it's not that easy. I don't know. Teach us how you do this. Maybe we will apply it as well.
No, I think the most important thing is to have a goal in mind, because without having a signpost, without having a goal, you're just going somewhere. But if you have a destination in mind, you might get there late, but as long as you're focused, you really want to achieve it. Having a goal which doesn't really make any sense is never achievable. Goal has to be something which is close to your heart. Or in simple words, what if I achieve something? Is that really gonna make any difference in my life? If that achievement is not making any difference, then you will never be bothered doing anything extra. Because in order to achieve your goal, you have to go extra mile. And if something is not appealing enough, we will never do that. So our goals are always something which is planned in a way, but they will bring difference in all of our life. Together, as you know, we are all business partners, Corina. We work together, but goals are only purely to make difference, not only in our business is win-win, as you know. So yeah.
Okay, so about this, how do you evaluate and how often you evaluate the ups and downs of the business?
We have different processes, so each business have different measures, or if in a simple word, different way of looking the data, for example. So we do evaluate on a different, obviously, time frames. But one of the best thing that I learned when you really want to see your business, whether you want to, it's all about never ever make a plan, or if you want to evaluate a business where you want to stay where you are at the moment, always try to go for higher.
Okay.
So if let me elaborate a little bit more. Let's say if I'm doing one number, let's say 100,
Yeah.
yeah, and next year I want to do the same. Will that really be a good plan? Not really. According to me, you always have to have some increment. You have to add some more
increase.
value. Yes, because sometime even if you aim for higher every single year, no matter what it is, there might be circumstances like you mentioned that can stop us. We will at least achieve what we were doing before. There
Or
could
we're
be
at
things
least close to.
close to what we are. So having it the same, or making the goal which is every year the same, will eventually you're asking for a disaster. Slowly or gradually you will fall. So evaluation is always done based on, we thought, let's say example, we thought of 20% increase. Are we close to that? If not, what are the resources needed? And we evaluate on those bases as well.
Okay. Good one.
Yeah.
In what way do you think the financial industry will be hit by the next recession? As all the specialists are saying, we must get ready for.
It has already started, in simple words.
Yes.
Recession, if you study, obviously, when COVID was a blessing in a disguise as well, it gave me a lot of time to study financial, and as you know, I was doing diploma as well during that time to get more qualifications. So it was very good insight. The inflation was a key reason with whatever is happening at the moment. And recession is a part of the plan, because if the recession wouldn't be here, then we will still be overspending as we were doing in the past.
I like overspending.
I know, but then eventually,
It's because I'm a woman, you think?
yeah. So are you pretty much saying the women are the reason for all of this? Not really.
For the
But yeah,
recession.
for the recession. No. Don't take me wrong. Yeah. No. Men are equally responsible. So in a nutshell, we are already in a recession. So what do we have to, if you ask me for what we have to do in order to have a less impact of recession, is to minimize any sort of liabilities that we have. It could be if you have a mortgages and if you have something saved up, pay off the mortgage. Even if you can, in your monthly payments, if you can increase by 100, 200 pounds extra, that extra that you're paying, you're actually paying the principal back, not the interest. So that will reduce massively, help you a lot in terms of bad days. So any debts, liabilities that we have during recession, try to minimize. The biggest mistake people do, especially, they don't really realize that the recession has started and I should not be getting more loans. They end up doing the same thing. For example, applying for more credits and using more credit cards, or that eventually will hit them really badly.
How long usually does take for us to get out of the recession, or to just try and grow at least?
You mean how long will it take?
Yeah, like a time, I don't know, a year and a half, or we'll be in a sad situation, I would say, for 6 months or a year, and then because I know the government is working as well,
Yes.
just to make us think is okay, is fine, but in the same time we are cutting costs. And we are trying to make our life easier, but trying to find jobs is not that easier. Salaries are not that good anymore, and so on. So we had a recession in 2008.
Yeah.
We all, I think, learned from. But still, I don't think many of us realized the time when we have started to, I don't know, come up from that and to starting to be a little bit better? Because everybody at some point is thinking it should be like this. Well, we're spending a lot of money. Obviously, it should be. It's normal, but it's not that normal because another recession is coming at some point.
It will. If you, what I learned was in the last 6 decades, for example, it's every 10 years it keeps on repeating. So government purposely have increased the interest rate purely because of the fact that it will be less borrowing. When people borrow less, they spend less. So when they spend less, obviously inflation will come down. So that's a simple philosophy, obviously. But again, it could be. It's very hard to say that how long will it take. It all depends on what measures are taken by the government, how the market react to those
It's a
measures
trend.
as well. But mostly, the trend is pretty much shifted. Every 10 years, we'll repeat the same thing. So if it has started, it might take 2-3 years, then it will slow down. So where it at the moment recession is there, slowly, gradually, and then it will.
So
back
it's
to
good
normal.
that it started already because it's
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, it's towards the negative. Yeah, it's just very, very in the beginning, if that's the right word.
Okay. Now, tell me at Kalon, what are the plans? What are the plans? Yeah, you are working now.
Many plans here, Corina, but I think
You
in simple
delegate
word-
stuff. I mean, because you three heads, I would
Yeah.
say. Yeah. So you delegate stuff, so duties, so you know exactly what each of you has to do and is responsible for. And because I imagine you have different plans. I mean, for
Yes.
wills and estates, for financial services, for mortgages, for whatever. It's different stuff.
So yes, we take responsibility of different aspect of the business. Let's say one person is taking care of one business, the other person is taking care of the other businesses, and then we regularly catch up, meet, and share where we are, how we're gonna achieve what we promised that we're gonna achieve. So yes, so we have the responsibility being shared between us. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's all about we are all 170 business partners. Some of them are doing one aspect of the business. So it's all about the support we can provide, no matter
Like a
what.
team.
Yeah, like a team. So together we have different responsibilities. But goal is the same. We want to achieve that by helping each other, holding hand in hand. if
There
that
is a
makes sense.
business coach which is saying you don't necessarily have to work more, but work like a bit smarter.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
I think I was that coach, Corina, if I remember correctly. I used to say that, but yeah, 100% agree with this. You don't have to look. Working hard is important, but we should know when to work hard.
I mean, instead of working maybe 16 hours,
Yeah.
let's say you work 8 hours per day, normal, but try and I don't know.
Yes, when you get more productive. So let's take our business as example. We do have to make calls to book meetings with our clients. So if I'm aware that my customers are working in a daytime, and I start calling them while they're at work, my chances are very low. But if I'm working a bit smartly, I will probably do in the evening. So
Sorry.
my chances of talking to more people and booking more meetings is higher. Similar is the case, I guess, with any other business. They should know their client base. They should know exactly what sort of clients they're dealing with. And then they have to make their strategy accordingly.
Okay. How easy is for you having a new business, even though it's kind of like same
Same
thing, same kind of business, to target the market in the right way? Because I know everyone should have, everyone maybe wants a mortgage, everyone wants or needs to have a life cover, or everyone needs to do this, but still you need to target your people.
Yeah, by being the best. Simple. We want to be the best. It's all about if we are the best, why would anyone need to go anywhere else? And how do we become best is by having more and more knowledge. For that reason, we have many not only trainings, in-house courses, trainings, master classes. So we do that very regularly. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Pretty much, we make sure that our advisors or every single person who's working with us, they are fully equipped. They are probably the best. We want to be niche. We want to be the more equipped and best in knowledge. So once you have that knowledge, you'll do the best for your clients. So it's I guess it's very simple.
It's kind of simple.
Yeah.
What is non-negotiable, in your opinion, when you start a business?
I think from day one, quality, it was non-negotiable. It's not about money or it's not about making more. It was quality. So no matter what happens, my day from principle was that we have to deliver the best in quality. Eventually, business will generate. If you're known for your best in quality, probably today I'm looking for someone to, from
Yeah.
clients, but tomorrow people will be looking for me because then I'll be known for my quality. So quality has never been,
Okay.
something that I can negotiate on.
I know that you have started working on Kalon since 2019 or 2020, something like that.
2020 September.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay. And how was remote work impacted
Very
the
interesting,
business?
Corina. That I think another blessing
For
in
better or
disguise.
for
Yeah.
worse, yeah.
No, it is definitely for better because we can do a lot more things in a day. Our day is more productive than it was before, in all honesty.
Because the pandemic hit us and
Yeah, and we
more
like
work was
yeah,
online,
everything is on
which
was
is not
online.
easy. I can say for myself,
Yeah.
at least. It's not that easy.
I know.
It looks
Initially,
like easier.
I know. Initially, we were struggling, all of us, because it was different thing altogether that we have to shift the business online. But I guess that's what happens in businesses. When you take that plunge, you always it's only two things: either you will grow or you will learn. So initially, we learned, we were hit, but then we started growing. So online, I think, has made our life a lot easier now because certain things that, for example, if I have a meeting and I'm stuck in a traffic, that's so much time wasted. But now I can book meetings back to back online.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
so
know
in
that
that aspect, yes, it has helped.
for me, I don't know. I just don't identify myself as being that person,
Online
which
person,
is online
Yeah.
person. Not only because I'm not that person just to stay in an office for some time,
Yeah.
but also because it's a lot more difficult for some parts of the meetings to be in control. You
I will
know,
100% agree with you.
taking
Especially,
recommendations.
oh, yes, yeah. Because you need to have that client facing element regardless. I'm talking about the other type of meetings, trainings, for example. Trainings
A lot
is
easier, yeah.
a lot easier online. But when you want to build that relationship with your customer, because our business is all about, like I was, telling you earlier, we don't sell anything which is tangible. Glass, I can touch, I can feel the quality. Our business is all about the promise that we will deliver when it's most needed. So that promise, obviously, is best done when you are actually sitting with customers, because there is a human factor. No matter what happens, online will never be able to replace the way
face-to-face.
emotionally face to face we can transfer the feelings as well. So we're not replacing that. So that part of a business, I guess, we will have to rely on face to face meetings, but trainings and other aspects which we used to travel a lot for one training. Yeah, now we can do everything online.
I like this part of the business at least.
Yeah, exactly.
If I'm
yeah.
setting up like a meeting in Manchester, I would say,
Yeah.
and I have 2, 3, 4 clients, I'm just simply going there, staying there overnight, just
Yeah,
do
have a
a
drive.
vacay for 2 days and do
Absolutely.
some work as well.
Absolutely.
Who can work
Who
for
can?
your company?
Everyone can work. There's not really, as long as you have time, because financial services is all about learning, evolving, knowing more
What
stuff.
qualities does a person needs to have?
I think the first thing we look for anyone is integrity. If you don't have integrity, no matter what happens, we don't want you to be in a business. So nobody wants to be anyone like this to be in a business. Secondly, someone who's willing to learn, because there are certain people, those who just want instructions to be given and they follow them, which is good quality. But at the same time, you should have that urge to learn and ready for change. As this is a business, Corina, is changing very fast.
Yes.
So yeah, you should be ready to adopt. And I think third and most important quality will be time commitment. If you don't have time, then nothing you can do.
Now I was just it was coming in my mind another question because we were speaking about the recession. Yeah. So how do you plan, or what do you think? I think, in other words, what do you think, or how do you think the people will react when speaking about protection now in the recession time?
I think generally people will be more worried to spend anything more, but as that's where our job comes in. As long as we make them realize a couple of things we can do. When think about it this way, if imagine my family. If my family is dependent on me, if in good days there are so many jobs, even if I'm not there, it will be very easy for my partner to do something with the family to find some job. In recession, I'm even more important because if I'm not there, there are no other jobs outside. Just an example. It will be very hard for my partner or anyone else to do anything to keep up the same standards of life that we have provided. So that's what it makes it even more important to have, cover in place, especially in recession. I'll give example. Another, I don't know if it be a good example or not, but having that, like a safety when you are, I don't know what's that called, they wear that safety in boat. When you're in a boat, they put you on that safety gear that if you drown. So you can still wear it outside. It's like a jacket that might protect you for cold, but it's more valuable when you are actually in a sea.
Okay.
So it will make, that means that will help you, God forbid, if something happens.
Yeah.
That's what protection is all about. In normal circumstances, it is important, but I don't know if my example was good or bad, but yeah, I just thought of this instantly. So, but in times when things are difficult, you need more protection. Because if something happens at that time, then it will be very hard for your families to recover. And another thing is, that's another way of keeping things in control. Because our advisors can not only come and sit down with you, they will be able to look at the whole of your circumstances and probably help you in many ways.
Okay, so now considering, and you have mentioned as well, that most of the people are just tending to cut expenses now. Some of them, I know that they will think, okay, I have life insurance, I have accident cover, I have income protection maybe, I have a mortgage cover, like a decreasing cover. I must just cut some of this because I'm spending too much on insurances. And I think there are a lot of people thinking like this. What expenses do you think they should cut first, and what they should look at first when cutting expenses?
I if I was to do this exercise, first thing I will probably look at it's a very simple way of how you categorize your expenditures. So there are certain committed expenditures that no matter what happens, I have to pay my mortgage, I have to pay the gas bills. There's no ifs and buts. There are certain expenditures which are lifestyle expenditures. So lifestyle expenditures are things like where do I do my
Dresses.
shopping, clothes. You can go to some expensive branded ones, handbags. You can buy Prada, Louis Vuitton, or you can do something else. So it's all about, that's quite a variable. So once our customers actually identify where the money is actually going, because eventually by identifying they can do a slight shift. I can give example. You can shop in Waitrose or you can shop in Tesco's. Same stuff, but you will be able to save some money. So once they identify, it's very easy for them to really, okay, you know what, I can actually clearly save this money and spend somewhere which is much more crucial. Because having a protection is not about myself or about it. It's about the people dependent on you. It's people who are completely relying on you. And you can't be telling them, well, I did not make the right choice at the right time. Sometimes
it's too late.
Yeah, it's too late.
Sometimes it's too late. Yes, this happened to me numerous times.
Number of times. We have seen that every single day. We see our customers, clients. Even today, I have a couple of examples. But yeah, that's how life is. The third sort of expenditures, if you review your expenditures, are the one which is luxury. Could be Uber Eats or anything. So that's the first thing. If I was to cut down, I will cut down this. Then the next thing is I will review where am I spending my lifestyle expenditures. So slight shift sometime will have enough money saved that you can use for protection.
So the best way to get ready for the recession we are already in, is to take the bank statement, analyze that, mark them, committed expenditures, which and
no
just
matter
cut.
what.
This should be off, this should be off, or at least less, if not off.
Yes.
Okay.
And if everyone start doing this exercise, trust me, they will be surprised. All of us will be surprised.
I'm afraid to do
I know
this
because
kind of exercise myself.
I'm like you because I'm like, okay, if I do that, that means no more this. No, I want that. Forget about that. No more shisha. No, I want shisha.
For me, it will be rather easier just to cut off expenses I already know are not necessary, rather than just go back and say, oh my God, I have spent so much last month or last year or so. So it's just, okay, I'm just going to cut the expenses. No more 10 dresses per month, no more bags. I have enough.
Yeah.
No more shoes or whatever things I'm spending.
Sometimes it's all about finding out, do I really use all of them? It entirely depends, obviously. I can't comment on how someone used, but yeah, we can easily find money. Once you look at your bank statement and you study that, you will find many things.
Speaking now, questions are coming to my mind. Now, what would you advise a small business to do in these times?
In this time,
If they can do online, sorry for interrupting you. If they can do online, should they just drop their place they're paying rent for, or how much should they just tighten the belt?
like I said, Corina, I'm always a strong believer of growth. I don't like the idea of being at one place. That doesn't matter. Forget about it. Let's take an example of forget about recession for a moment.
Okay.
Because different businesses can feel recession at even in different times as well.
Or make the most from the recession.
Yeah. So I would be probably one thing I wouldn't do is to sacrifice, depending on the business, obviously. What if cutting down on something, is it really gonna affect the quality of my business? Then I would not cut down.
Okay.
Because I would rather deliver the best and being known for the best as well. So eventually that will be paying you off much, much more in the future. So example of going online, if that is not affecting the quality of the business and that's not
fine.
affecting the outcome of your business, then why not? But if it has an impact, even a slightest impact, then that's not something we
So
should
cutting off is not always a solution.
No.
Okay, so we agree on this.
Yeah,
Yes,
at least, yeah.
okay. Okay, now that we are going to the end, I want you to tell me, to what do you owe your success?
Two. Wow. who
To
do
what or to whom? I don't know.
I guess to all of you, honestly. If it wasn't for all of us together, like I said, I'm sure, Corina, we've been working together
4 years.
4 or 5 years, isn't it?
4 years,
It's
yeah,
all about holding hand with each other, and we support every single person as part of our whole family. So I think it's to begin with, it's my family, obviously, who had to put up with my working hours, and even though they don't like it, but they have to put up with this. And then obviously to all of you, you're part of my family as well.
Thank
So,
you,
yeah.
thank you. I can take that. Okay, now another thing I've heard recently about, I had no idea it's called like this here in England. If you ever get, I don't think so, but still, if you ever get imposter syndrome, and how do you cope with that?
No, like I said, I don't doubt myself. I don't. I when I take a plunge, I believe in God, so probably I'm a strong believer. So no imposter syndrome, no doubts.
Straightforward.
Straightforwardly, yeah.
Okay, who is the one entrepreneur that is your biggest example and inspiration? Is it Gadi?
I don't really,
No?
honestly speaking, I don't
No,
really look at any entrepreneurs or anything. Like I said, my goal is not to achieve the top. If
But
that's
maybe
yeah.
inspire you, maybe not achieving, but
Yeah,
to say, I really like this person.
No,
I
I
like the
get-
way he or she is speaking. I don't know.
Honestly, I do get inspired, or I would rather say I learn from everyone. Not really. A lot of people say I like Jeff Bezos. I'm not looking for that. I'm more of an excellence sort of a.
I'm doing
want
the
to
same.
So want to be
Take things from different person.
Yeah. So I have learned many
Persons.
things. If you ask me, I learned many things from many, and I am really inspired by the people around me, rather than some figure who comes on TV or I see there. So I'm really inspired by every single, because Corina, I say every single day I learn something, and we all do the same.
Yeah.
Especially in our business, is so evolving. So I'm more inspired and or more obliged to every single person who has taught me many things, and those are the people, you, me, all of us together. So yeah, to you probably,
Yes.
to everyone in Kalon Financial.
Yes. So, to what do you think is the biggest mistake an, I don't know, new starter or a young entrepreneur would do or can do? At the
They,
beginning.
the biggest mistake, honestly speaking, like I said, number one is they doubt themselves too much, and they start thinking, well, I need more time, I need more time. Sometimes it's very important to jump in a pool and then start learning to swim. We have to do that. Especially being, if you really want to be a business, you have to be a risk taker, but calculative risk taker. That means if I want to learn swimming, would I jump in a sea or would I jump in a swimming pool? Obviously in a swimming pool. I still don't know and I will learn. The second thing is surround yourself. The mistake people do is they surround themselves knowing that these people are negative or they probably don't comprehend what I'm planning to do.
Your
They
achievements,
surround-
goals, and stuff.
Yeah, rather instead you should surround yourself with successful people. They don't have to be in your field. They should be successful. Successful people will have same habits. That's very important. Doesn't matter whatever field they are in, it's the habits that makes them successful. So the mistake they do is they still keep the company the same. Some
Okay.
of them is a very negative company. They need to come out.
So I need to go to more like some kind of luxurious parties and stuff so I can be surrounded
Yes,
by
successful people.
successful people.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Now, in relation to family and work,
Wow.
because I have asked you about work so far, but in relation to family and work, yeah, what is not negotiable?
I would say family is not negotiable, but if you ask my wife, she would probably kill me for this. Yeah. So
She would say yes, it is negotiable.
it is. You have negotiated everything, but yeah, family is not negotiable. Again, I want to do the best. I want to for my children, for my family, or people around me. Like I said, all of us are family. In order to do the best, that's not negotiable. The quality or whatever I want to deliver for them. So yeah.
So you have some time you are spending your family with, and it doesn't matter what it happened at work. And that day, that time, I'm asking you because half of the question I know already.
I'm kind of guessing that, but yeah.
Okay. So you know that time, it should be with your family, and that's it.
Do you want me to tell the truth?
And stop. I hope so, at least. I count on that.
That's very difficult at the moment. It's very difficult. I'll be honest with you, because it's not that I prioritize my work more than my family, but it's very difficult at the moment. And I guess that's where they are understanding or accepting the fact that sometimes there are times when it could be very demanding.
And you know that there are some times coming
Yeah, that's the
when
plan.
you will have more
time. Yeah,
more
that's the
time
plan,
for the
yeah.
family. Okay. Then how do you balance work and family?
Oh, Karina, now you got me. How do I balance work and family?
Because I know that sometimes you work from home. And I know that working from home, when you have kids, I have no kids so far. So for me, it's easier, but I still understand the point because when I'm at home, my sister or someone is coming and wants to ask me something, and I'm in the middle of something, and I'm just
Furious. Yeah.
yes, because it's just, you know what? Can you ask me later? I don't know what you're asking me. Just can we have this conversation later? But when you have kids, you can't explain to a kid or 2 or 3 years old that, you know what, daddy is busy now. Can we talk later? Is
No,
you know,
I guess
they're
that's
just
where-
coming to the door and
Oh,
say,
yeah.
daddy, or papa, or whatever.
No, that doesn't
So-
happen to me, honestly
No.
speaking. Thanks to because I am on third floor.
Okay.
I had
So
purposely
you made
moved to-
sure
I made sure that I go
you are
as
above
high,
everyone.
above everyone. So I made sure that I'm on third floor, so that it will take everyone time, and then they say, okay, you know what, better go back. So yeah, so I don't get that problem. I guess it's by luck that
Okay.
I made that extension. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm there.
Okay.
So
You were
in my
thoughtful,
den.
so you
Yeah,
planned
yeah.
very well
I planned
in
it.
advance.
I wanted to have that cinema and my office, which I very bad combination, but I managed to do that.
So you're on the top of them like a boss.
Yeah,
Just-
you can say that. Yeah.
Okay. Then how, like, this would be the last questions. Last question. How does a normal day in your life look like?
Busy, very busy.
I know that,
Yeah,
but
very busy,
the
you know
people
that.
are looking at us don't know that maybe.
No, very busy and I would say very informative as well. Every single day is a learning, which I accept. That's one thing that we have to embrace, that we need to be ready for learning and try to find the best out of whatever the situation is. There's always a positive side. So it's a busy, very busy day, but at the same time, very informative and
But I think you enjoy, is it?
oh yes,
Enjoy the fact you are busy rather just thinking,
Yeah.
oh, what should I should I do with this time? I have some
Yeah.
free time. And
Yeah.
like being busy doesn't let you being depressed.
No, no,
doesn't
no,
let
no,
you,
no.
I don't
It's
know.
as long as you love what you do, then I think being busy is just then it becomes part of your life. It's not really a work anymore. So
Okay.
for me, most of the times, sometimes it does become a work, but most of the time it's not really a work. It's just
Okay.
part of the life.
Well, I hope you have enjoyed. I did at least enjoy it, and I
Thank
think
you, Corina.
the people looking at us will have a lot of
I hope so.
advices
Yeah.
to learn from and take on. At least make some I don't know, changes in their life, or
Yeah,
take them for
yeah.
granted and just jump in the pool, not in the sea.
Not in the city. Yeah. Do your maths first, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. For the rest of us, guys, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you.
Please subscribe and follow us on YouTube, and if you want to, maybe on Facebook, Instagram, and other social medias as well. Imran, thank you again for
Thank you,
joining
Corina.
us today.
Thank you for having
and
me.
for teaching us so many different things.
Wow, that's a good one.
And see you at work, I think.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. See you.
Thank you.
Bye.